All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Scalp Solutions podcast. I am your host, David Santiago, and today I have with me from Miami, Florida, Mr. Taylor Perry from Taylor Perry Scalp Micropigmentation. What's going on, Taylor?
What's up, David? How you doing, bro?
I'm doing good, brother. First, I appreciate you for taking out the time from your busy schedule, to chop it up with me a little bit. I know
Nah,
you're a busy
100%,
man.
man. I really appreciate you having me on.
Absolutely, brother. I had to, I see you out there. You're doing some amazing things with scalp micropigmentation, and I had to get you on here. Get your insight, ask you some questions, talk about
Appreciate
your
it,
come
bro.
up. So cool. Let's get right to it. So by trade, you are a barber.
Yes, I'm been cutting hair professionally in a barbershop since I was 15 years old. So I'm 35 now.
So you've been grinding
Yes,
for a very
long
long time.
time.
Yeah, I picked up clippers when I was 13, and I was in the shop at 15, but they only let me do shape
Yep.
ups back then.
Yeah, man. Started at a young age. People were in high school. I was already riding around in a brand new Cadillac.
Awesome. Yeah, that's right. See, they don't know about that barber come up, how we always had the cash. So,
Nah, man.
how did you get into barbering?
So I started cutting hair, me and my best friend in seventh grade. We started cutting each other's hair just because we didn't have money to get haircuts. And me and my friend Jose, we just started cutting each other up. Eighth grade came around, we're cutting everyone in the neighborhood. By the time we hit ninth grade, I was offered a job in a barbershop. I didn't even think I was good enough, but the dude was like, "Yeah, man, I want you." And I started working. I got my GED, stopped going to school, started working full time. And then Jose ended up getting a job also. And we both became barbers, man.
And that was it
So
from there on. That
yeah,
was
it
so.
wasn't something I planned on doing or said I wanted to do. It just literally happened.
And what were you doing prior to the barbering, to becoming a barber?
Nothing, man. Cutting hair in my house. Me and my homeboy cutting each other up.
So this was your
We're
first hustle.
100%. I'm 100% self-taught.
Look at that, my man.
I went to
This was
barber
before
school after
YouTube
I was
too, huh?
working in a barber shop because I needed that license.
Okay, got you. So and you always been in Florida, correct?
Yeah, I'm born and raised in Miami, Florida.
So how does it work down there? Do you have to go to school, or do they do a 2-year apprenticeship as well?
No, you have to get 1,200 hours in school, no apprenticeship. Then you can take the state board exams. So, uh, I cut hair for probably 2 years, without the license. My teacher was really cool though. I lucked out when I enrolled in actually enrolled in cosmetology school.
Nice.
Um, and he was super cool, old school Cuban dude. He saw how good I could cut hair. He was like, "Listen, man." He's like, "Come to do your book work at 9 in the morning. Clock in, take your ass to work." He was super cool. He never made me stay. I just did the book work and went straight to work.
That's awesome. So he saw the talent. He was like, I'm not even going to waste your time. Just come here, do what you got to
Yeah,
do.
he was like, "You better than everyone in here." He's like, You're better than me at haircuts." He's like, "Just go to work."
Better than the
He
master
was
with
he
a
was super
compliment.
cool, man. I got really lucky with him.
That's awesome. So, all right. So now you get into barbering. How long are you into barbering before you venture into tattooing? Because you are also a tattoo artist.
Yes, I am.
And this is aside from scalp micropigmentation. Like, we're not labeling you
Yeah,
a
exactly.
tattoo artist
No,
because of SMP. Like, you are in fact
yeah.
a tattoo artist. So
hmm
how'd you end up getting into that?
So again, if kids are listening to this, don't do this. But I got my first tattoo. I got my first tattoo at 14 years old.
Yo, me too.
So so I've been around tattooing basically my whole life. My older brother is 10 years older than me. He's a tattoo artist.
Okay.
Uh, so he went to prison for 13 years. When he got out, I bought all the tattoo equipment from one of my buddies that's a tattoo artist. Everything he needed. So when he got out of jail, he could go get a job, start working. So as soon as he got out, he basically taught me all the fundamentals. And I just started tattooing for about 3 or 4 years. Nothing crazy, just stuff in the neighborhood once again. Um, but I got really, really solid fundamentals. I know skin. I've done more tattoos than I could count, that I can even remember. So when I saw SMP, Bro, it was like a gift from God.
So you knew it was revolution. That's what I was going to get into. Like how you end up gravitating into SMP. Like what about SMP did you see that took you
So,
on that journey?
so cutting hair, we're talking 23 years. Obviously, I loved it to do it for this long, but I had that plateau in my career and I was just burnt out, wanting a career change, but totally lost. This is all I've done my whole life. What am I going to do besides cutting hair?
Right.
And one of my clients came in and he had SMP done. So I was so happy, but I was so mad at the same time because how come I never thought of this?
Okay, I was gonna ask, what were you
You
upset
know,
about?
I was so mad at myself that I never thought about this. I always thought about doing shade and stuff like that, but shading that would look crazy. It wouldn't look good.
Right, right.
Uh, but these little dots, these little impressions, the same size as your hair follicle, I was like, oh, what a genius idea. Uh,
Unbelievable.
so literally, when I see this guy's head, I was just like, thank you, God. This is my career change that I've been praying for.
It was your calling.
Yeah. I
Yo,
knew he was going to send it to me. I just don't know what it was.
it's crazy because when I talk to all the barbers so far that I've spoken to that
Uh-huh.
came into SMP, we all say the exact same thing because we deal with so many clients that are like, yo, can you do anything for my hairline? Can you do anything for this? And you got the hair fibers, you got the
Yeah, man.
semi-permanent dyes. And when I saw it too, I was like, oh my goodness, this is gonna be a
Yeah,
game
it's the truth.
changer. So it's
It's the
awesome to hear
truth.
it from another barber. It was like, yo, why did I not
I love it.
think of this?
And one of my I specialize in hair enhancements. I've done that for going on 15 years. So, us seeing scalp micropigmentation, it's the same exact concepts. It's just a little bit of a different technique
Different
that looks
technique.
a million times better.
Yeah, and last much longer.
Oh, for sure, man. It's a game changer.
So, all right, so now you come across SMP, you like, how the hell did I not think of this? Because you a barber and this is what you do, right? You were already saving lives and saving hairlines, but at a different form, right? So you come across SMP.
100%.
You come across SMP. What was it about it? Well, not what was it about it. When did you decide that you was like, you know what, I'm gonna try and take it to the next level and I'm gonna start my own business?
There was no thinking of trying. It was doing. I saw it and I said, this is what I'm going to do. There was no doubt in my mind. So put it like this. And a lot of people, I've gotten to several discussions with other artists and trainers in the past. Uh, Again, because they say, nobody trained me in scalp micropigmentation. I seen scalp micropigmentation. 3 weeks later, I did my wife's brother's head, came out flawless, and I have been booked ever
Awesome,
since then. And we're talking, I'm at 2.5 years, so I'm almost at 3 years
awesome.
of doing SMP. It was just the second I saw it, it was it. It was a wrap. There was no doubt in my mind that this is what I'm going to do.
That's awesome. I love hearing that. And you know what's crazy about it? Because I know around a different kind of SMP artists, they'll hear that story and they cringe, but they don't understand like the barbering background on us. It's just like we see something, it's like,
Man,
nah, we're gonna attack. We don't got no time
so
to
I
be doing
had
this.
I had uh 3 weeks, right? 3 weeks. I'm like, yo, let me call this dude. He's a trainer. I'm talking to him just because I actually care about my clients. That benefit of the doubt, maybe I should get training.
Right, right. Maybe
And
get the fundamentals. Maybe I am missing something.
just in case, because I care about, like, my clients are my friends. Like, we got relationships.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Um, so I'm looking into it, talking to a couple trainers. All right, you're not a tattoo artist, you're not a barber, you're only okay, you're a micropigmentation artist. All right, cool. How long you been doing it? 4 years. All right, next. Same thing. And it's just like, and I'm looking at it, I'm like, man, I've done more tattoos than these guys have even done SMP. And when I'm calling, I call the 3 trainers, and I'm basically interviewing them, and they don't know.
Get screened.
they don't know shit about tattooing. Their work's like, it's all right, but it's only all right. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
I mean, I don't, mean to like knock anybody or mean it like that, what they did obviously inspired the hell out of me,
But it wasn't to
but,
your
but they did, I had more experience than anyone I have came across. So the reason why I didn't have to get training is because I had so much prior experience that I literally do this with my eyes closed.
Oh, man. You know what? Now that you bring that up, let me ask you real quick. Would you recommend now, you knowing what you know
Mm-hmm.
and what you're seeing now in the scalp micropigmentation
Yeah,
industry, would you recommend that, anyone else looking to get into the industry go the route that you did?
absolutely not.
So
One
you would put
100% not. That's another thing. I'm just telling, my story, but I got an extensive background, and it's for someone to do this from scratch without any background like I have, it's definitely very risky,
awesome.
you
Yeah,
know?
absolutely. And that's why I wanted to pose that because I know you're seeing it. I know you see this dudes
Yeah,
that are
that's
just
one of the
like,
reasons I kind of get a little iffy about telling my story because I don't want people to take it in the wrong way and think that they could go ahead and try it because you're jeopardizing another man's livelihood that's already feeling a little insecure on top of that. So, I mean, I think training with the right person that's actually going to teach you and not hold back, man, 100% you need to.
awesome. I like how you put it like that when you said with the right person, because there's a lot of dudes out there I see now. They just got the training, their 3-day training, and next week they're already offering classes and they got
Man, I
master
train
classes.
on an average two people every single week, every single month. So we're looking at, two people every week of the year.
That's
And
awesome.
I want to say 70% of them have previous training.
So they just left out of there. They got their certificate. They're not ready. They're not confident enough in their capabilities to go out there. They need more training. So they coming to you.
Yeah, 100%. And
Yeah,
but
I see that. I get those phone calls. I've done a couple. I've yet to progress into like the actual like just falling into a solid training regimen because right now I really just don't have the time and the dedication that comes with
it's
that.
very time consuming.
Yeah, yeah, it's crazy. Like I said, I've done 3 already, and I was kind of like, yeah, I don't know how I feel about this. I know there's cats
It's
out there
it
doing it for the quick buck, and I know there's dudes out there that are really pouring all the knowledge and everything that they
Yeah,
have out to these guys. But I just can't do it. So my hats off to you guys that
yeah.
are slanging
I
them.
appreciate it, man. It's a
Absolutely.
lot of work. I kind of, it's one of those things. Um, they're like, I never said when I started SMP that I wanted to be a trainer. I would much rather just do procedures all day long. It's a breeze.
Oh yeah.
But man, the demand is so high of barbers hitting me up to train that I don't know, I can't turn these dudes down. They're hungry. I got to teach them.
Oh yeah. You're not gonna want to do
Just
that. At the end of the day, that's a good that's a good penny in the pocket as well.
I make way more doing just procedures though.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. I mean, I like I said, I see you. I see what you're
But
producing
I
out
see
there.
like these barbers that are hungry and that really want to like learn. And I know how it is to get stuck behind that chair at that plateau in your career. Like I feel bad, man. I got to teach these dudes, man. I want to change their life.
Yeah, give them another source, another revenue, or another source of
You
income.
know,
Yeah, that's dope, man. And
One of the cool things is I tell them this is not a career change for us. It's a service that will change your career.
say that one more time for the hearing impaired.
So what I tell all the barbers that come to me that this is not a career change. It's a service that will change your career.
Dude, that's awesome. I love that, bro. I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna use that, but I'm gonna give you credit. I'm gonna quote. I'm gonna use that quote. I'm gonna do the little dash, and I'm gonna put Taylor Perry. so so check this out because I just want to elaborate. Well, just touch up real quick because I don't want anyone to take it out of context. Again, you
No,
are
please,
saying
please, anyone listening,
seek
please do
proper
not take it out of
training.
context.
The reason you went the route you did is because of your barbering background and your tattoo background, and you were familiar with skin and with the pigment, so you went the route that you went. But ladies and gentlemen, if you are listening and you are an inspiring artist, do yourself the favor and get
Please,
good training, okay? Don't be just dishing out your
please get
bread to
good
anyone
training.
for a certificate and botching heads. Because if you're in Florida, you're gonna have to go see my boy Taylor Perry. Because I see you've been fixing some botched jobs, bro.
Oh man, unfortunately, it's a very high amount. It's crazy.
Bro, it's so crazy the dudes that walk into my shop. I'm at the point where New York, they just stopped. They killed the laser game because now it has to be under the practice of
Doctor,
a medical competent authority, right? A doctor.
yes.
Had that not been the case, you better believe I would have invested whatever amount it would have took to get good at laser procedures because I would have been making an
You want to hear
absolute
something crazy?
killing. Tell me.
You want to hear something crazy? I got so much botched procedures that I just sent my wife to electrolysis, laser hair removal, and laser tattoo removal school. She just graduated last month because I'm sending so much people to the laser clinic that I just had her go get her license. So she's going to be doing laser now.
That's awesome, man. Good for you. I had a dude down here in the city. He was like, "Man, you've been sending a lot of dudes to me. I just wanted to touch down with you. Gave me a visit in the studio." He was like, "Listen, can you do me a favor? Like, yo, I'll throw you something, but just keep them coming." I was like, "Listen, I don't need anything. Just take care of them. And when you get rid of the mess that they got up there, just make sure you send them right back to me. We'll be good with
For
that,
real.
man." All right, so now, what impact would you say you want to leave in the SMP industry, or what impact do you want to make in the SMP industry or in the barbering world?
Um, so in the barbering world, the barber that has that really strong customer service, really professional barber that has the ability to take his career to the next level, those are the people I want to train. That they're going to be successful and they're going to take this job seriously. Because there's a lot that comes with it. Cross contamination, um, being transparent with clients. You know what I mean? Just it takes a certain individual to really. It's not just the skills. There's a lot more that comes with it,
Yeah,
and I want to help
absolutely. So much
those
more than
high level
that.
barbers to go farther. Um, Now, for the S&P industry, what I am doing is I'm pouring my heart out for my clients and the people who I train. I want them to get the best procedure possible, the best that I can do. And if you come train with me, for everyone that comes, I give them my all. I give them ongoing support when they leave, just because I mean the S&P industry, I can compare it to the barber industry, how there's now a shop on every corner,
Yes.
with a handful of people that suck, and you got your really good barbers that are going to stand out. But, that eventually will happen with SMP sooner or later.
Oh yeah,
And,
absolutely.
I just want to, man, Scalp Micropigmentation is just amazing. It's mind blowing how good, how these results, how good they look. So just training people to produce that type of work,
That's
you know,
awesome. Awesome. And I
you
appreciate
just
that as an artist because, we need that because if the more artists that are out there that claim to be this proficient artist and they're putting out this horrible work, that just is a black eye to the industry and
Yeah,
you
man,
don't
it's
want
going
it
to
to be
give
taken as a
everyone,
joke.
there's so many awesome artists popping up all over the world. And the S&P industry is growing so big. It's amazing. But just keeping it, very professional and just keeping it at a high standard, you
Absolutely.
know?
So you mentioned about all the awesome artists that are out there already in the S&P game, and there are um
Definitely, man. There's a
there's
lot
a
of
lot
great,
of them
great
out there.
artists.
My question to you is: is there any one artist or a couple of artists that they have influenced you and the work that you do?
Um, Honestly, the whole industry itself. is definitely been a great influence on my career, you know.
Awesome.
Um, can't say there's like my favorite artist.
Got
I
you.
mean, myself,
Hey, listen,
but
brother. By all
you
means, if you
know,
want to pat
I mean,
yourself on the back, you can
honestly,
do that.
honestly, like without sounding like, you know, cocky, I like myself the best.
Listen, there's
But
cocky and there's confidence, brother.
I'm
If you
just I'm
confident,
just talking
brother,
shit.
do what you do.
But I'm serious. But nah, man, there's like, dude, you got like uh Jero and Eric Roberto. Those dudes are awesome,
Oh
man.
yeah, shout out to Jerome and Eric.
Um,
Those are my boys. They're dope.
dude, they're dope, man. There's just tons of people, bro. Just, you know, everyone, it's so what's so cool about it is every artist has his own little touch, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
Everybody
I
has their
agree.
own little
Yeah,
style. So
specialize
that's
in a little something.
what's so cool about it is for a client, you know, you got, you know, look throughout the whole country, there's all these artists. You're gonna find one that just is like perfect for you, you know?
Right. You know, I say that too. Is that I know there's some people that they just want that one look, but what they don't realize is, everyone contributes something that every artist contributes something that another artist doesn't. So it's to the
Yeah,
client. The
100%.
client might
That's
like that. And you see some of these artists. They're like, oh, why you always giving a hard line? And it's like, dude, that's what I do. This is why they come to me.
yeah, yeah. That's the biggest thing. Oh, Taylor, all Taylor does is these sharp edge ups. I'm
Yeah,
like,
it's like
listen,
that's what your
I,
client
I,
wants. That's what you giving them.
that's that's my culture, bro. Where I'm from, this is what we like. If you're 80 years old, yo, they want the hard edge up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
It's
say
just
the same
that's my culture,
thing.
man.
It's funny you bring that up with the age because I'm always talking about, when they say, "Oh, you got to give him an age appropriate hairline." It's like, what do you mean an age appropriate hairline? This is what he wants.
Not in Miami.
Yeah, you know what I mean. It's like,
We want that shit crispy.
yeah, I say the same. In New York too, I have guys that come
Yeah, New
45,
York's the same,
46
man.
years old, and when you ask them age appropriate, they're looking at you like, my man, I want it right here. I want it to look like
Yeah.
I'm 20.
Hell yeah, man.
Like, I'm not
It's
paying
just
you all this money to give me a hairline that still has a sign of me
some
I'm
huge
losing hair.
entradas on the side.
Yeah, yeah. So so check this out, Taylor. What's next for Taylor Perry and your scalp micropigmentation business?
Oh man, I'm growing so fast. It's I got one of my good friends that I've been cutting hair with since I was 18 years old. He trained with me for 8 months straight, and he's now working with me.
Oh, dope.
So I mean, I'm at the point of my career, man. You know, I'm 2.5 years in, and I'm booked. I'm booked up until January right now.
God bless you.
I literally like this month I have 3 days off. Uh, Next month is a little bit better for me. I got my 2 days off every week, but I'm literally kind of maxed out with clients. So now my goal is, you know, to book my partner Brandon up just as much as me, and just taking it from there. 2020 is I'm actually about to sit down and revamp 2020 and get a good game plan going. But it's
Open up
looking
another
good,
shop?
man.
You think you might open up another location?
You know what? For me, I know a lot of people go all over the place, open up locations in big cities. And I'll be honest with you, every single one of my clients that you see on my social media flies in from another state. So
Yeah.
I really don't need to go anywhere. Everyone comes to me.
Yeah, it's funny. I was just having that conversation yesterday with I had that conversation with Jay the barber. I interviewed him and we were talking about opening and I'm like, why am I gonna open when I got these guys traveling already and stretch myself out like that?
Dude, it's insane. Every single day I have somebody flying in from another state.
Amen to that, brother. Because you know what? There's a
Thank
lot
you,
of
man.
cats out there, trying to do what we do in the industry, and I'm not fortunate enough to say that. So, God bless you to
Yeah.
put you in that position to even say that, man. So check this out, brother. I'm gonna ask you really quick. We're gonna switch it over. Let's talk a little bit about hair loss. So, you yourself have experienced hair loss because you do have scalp micropigmentation yourself, correct?
Thank God I do. I
Oh
love
my.
it.
So what now that you so let's talk about before you got the procedure, man. Like what did your hair, especially as a barber, right? So now you like
Hmm.
this, you're the man that they come to look fresh. but now you're
Mm-hmm.
experiencing hair loss. What does that do to you, or what did it do to you? Like, how did you feel? Like, what effects
Shit,
did the hair
man.
loss have on you?
I've had beiging in my head every 3 days. I'm beiging in my hair, man.
Oh
And
my
then,
man.
I'm a gym rat. I'm in the gym every morning. So yeah, I could just put Just for Men on and let the hair dye sit for an hour, and I go to the gym, it's gone.
So it just washes off. It's semi-permanent,
Because
just for men.
no, but you sweat so much, man. The hair dye just goes.
So Beijing it was.
What happened?
I said so. Beijing it was, right?
Beijing was my thing.
All right. So now you get SMP.
Uh-huh.
What role does your hair play for you now in your business, in your daily routine?
Oh, man. My daily routine is just, it's so much better. I literally, I cut my own hair because I'm not in the barbershop anymore. And I don't got a Beijing. It don't matter if I go to the gym and sweat, it ain't going nowhere. And then the people's biggest concern is what is it going to look like 6 months down the line, or what is it going to look like healed? And you're looking at them. Look at my head, you know.
Yeah,
Um,
there's so many.
half the
There's so
half
many
the clients when they
myths.
come in, they're like, "Yo, I didn't even know you had it." I'm like, "Yeah."
That's dope. That's good. That means you got good service. So who did your work?
Um, this kid in DC.
Did your SMP? All right, cool. And
Yeah.
now when you decided to get this done, like when did you decide?
Oh, I wanted to get it done right the second I seen it, but I just couldn't find anyone that was going to give me what I wanted. You know what I mean?
Got you. So let
I
me
mean, because the work I'm putting out, I got to have work done very, similar, just as good.
got you. I got you. So let me take it back for you real quick, right? Because I forgot to ask you this, right? So can you just briefly describe like what it felt like for you once you realized, that you were experiencing hair loss? Like, did it have
Uh,
like a
yeah,
very
man.
strong effect on you? Like, how did it make you feel?
Uh, Yo, it was like one of those things. Like my girl's like, "Damn, yo, you're going thin." I'm like, "Nah," and I'm looking in the mirror. I'm like, "Oh shit!" And then I see like a workout video that I'm in, and I'm like, "Damn, man, I'm looking bald." And it was rough, especially cutting hair. You know what I mean? Like
Right, right.
that's
They
what we
coming to
do all day
you. They
long.
coming to you to look good, and you.
And I'm like, Joe, just it makes you look so much older.
So did it affect your confidence?
100%. If look, it was so bad that I would not go out on the weekend if I did not get a haircut in Beijing my hairline.
Wow, look at that.
And I'm like, my girl's like, "Oh, let's go out to dinner." I'm like, hell no, I ran out of Beijing. I ain't going nowhere tonight.
That's crazy, man. And I love. I'm saying I love hearing it, not because I'm happy that you went through that, but like this is the whole purpose, of this podcast, because I know if someone sees you and they don't know any better, you can't tell that you got SMP. And if they see you and they
Mm-mm.
look at your Instagram, like, you're doing your thing, you're successful, you're a happy dude, you're a handsome stud, you're in the gym. People don't, the last thing that someone would expect when they saw your picture is to be like, yo, at some point, this dude had issue with his confidence because he was experiencing hair loss. And
That
this is
was
why I wanted
big,
to do
man.
this, because it's like, yo, I feel like dudes are just so ashamed of going out there and doing something for themselves because they're worrying about what everyone else is going to say about them. And at the end of the day,
A
it's like
lot, a
me and
lot.
you,
I
we're
come across
average
that a
Joe
lot.
Schmoes and we got it done and we feel great. So, like, you know what? Do
Oh,
it.
it's a game changer.
Absolutely. So are you familiar with any other hair loss solutions?
Man, everything, man. I think that the hair units, I think, are amazing. I think they look great.
Dude.
Um, and it's one of those things. I really wanted to start doing the hair units, uh, because I do think they look amazing.
Yeah, I told you the first time we spoke, brother. That's the wave, man.
Yeah. It just I got so busy with SMP, I just couldn't. I didn't have time to do it. But I just think there's something for everybody. Not everybody wants a shaved head. A lot of guys want longer hair.
I agree.
Um, And I think everything has its place. I think units for somebody that can handle the maintenance and they want to have longer hair. They don't want to have a shaved head. I think units are awesome. They look great. There's so many different routes. Even all right, as a barber, uh, I've always been against hair transplants.
How come?
Okay, because I've only seen horrible, horrible work my whole entire career up until lately. Lately, I have been coming across several people that actually have had some good procedures done and with very minimal scarring. So I think I'm coming to the conclusion with the hair transplant itself, when it's done by the right doctor, and these doctors, you can consider them an artist. If it's
Right.
done by the right guy, you can have a successful procedure if you're a candidate.
Right, right, right. And you know what's crazy? Like the more I do research into the hair transplant surgery, I did not know that there are groups out there that they actually have doctors pledge that they themselves, the actual doctor themselves, would be administering the procedure. I didn't know that, there are men and women going into these hair transplant
Mhm.
facilities and they're paying for it, and the doctor himself is not the one administering the procedure. Like it's a
No,
technician.
no,
I
they're
did
not.
not
Yeah,
know
it's
that.
just some technician that works under the doctor. I don't even
Yeah,
think they have any degrees.
yeah, no, they don't.
Yeah,
It's a simple certification, and I did not know that. You know how I knew it was a simple certification? Because I've had a
I
couple
found
here
this
in
out
New
last year
York.
myself.
Yeah, I had a couple of them in over here in New York that hit me up and it was like, "Hey, do you do training?" And I was like, "No, I really don't right now. I can't." And they were like, "Listen, I'm willing to teach you everything that I know as a hair transplant technician, and you'll now be able to move forward in your career and offer
Yeah,
that as a service." So I'm like, "I don't need college. I don't need this, nothing." They was like,
yeah,
"No,
you just need a
absolutely
doctor.
not." So I was like, I'm not knocking them, but I was just like, "Holy shit!" Like, I didn't know.
I'm I'm not gonna lie. I Once I found this out a year ago, I'm like, yo, I could do transplants
Oh,
better than these fucking guys.
I'm
I need
in.
to start
You was
doing
like,
this too.
you were like, I'm in, right? Yeah. So I didn't know that, but and like I said, when you were saying when done by, it's got to be done by a competent doctor. I did not know
Yeah,
that there
man.
are hair surgeons out there that are, they have this pledge of like, you know what, if you come to me, I am gonna administer this procedure myself. So
Yeah, man. If they do it right, and especially now with the FUE, um, but again, man, the thing I got against these guys is they don't tell you if you're not a candidate. You could be totally bald. I mean, you could be like what, a Norwood 5, and they'll be like, "Yeah, you can get the hair transplant." They take your 10 grand, knowing damn well it ain't gonna do nothing for you.
yeah, see, so I mean
You know,
that's an
so
integrity problem. I'm assuming that's in every
they're not
industry.
transparent with their clients.
I've met with a couple of them, man, and these dudes seem to have their stuff down pack. And we got into the conversation about the whole like integrity thing of it, and they were like, yeah, that's true. There's people out there, and they said it to me. They was like, and I'm sure there's people who do S&P, and you have someone who comes in with a whole head of scalp psoriasis, and they're like, oh yeah, no worry, we can do it. It'll probably take 3 4
Oh,
sessions, and next thing you know, the pigment is gone. So I told him, I was like, I believe
yeah,
you. And he's like, in every industry you got that 10%. So you know what? I was like, you know what?
yeah,
I
for
agree
sure,
with you.
100%. Yeah, we got
Yeah,
a
yeah.
definitely got a good point.
Right.
But man, I there's so many different options, man.
And you agree with them
You
all. The
know,
only one you're having a little time with, a rough time with, is just with the hair transplants.
you know
Well,
when it's
not you're
done
not having a
right and
rough
it's
time with
done
it,
to
right?
the
Got you. I'm sorry. I
yeah,
didn't.
I just don't like when they tell a guy it's totally bald that yeah, they're gonna give him a transplant. It's, you know what I mean? Just be real. Look, this is not for you. It's not gonna work.
Right. So some transparency. So if you had a friend
Yeah,
or
man.
family member that's experiencing hair loss, what route would you more or less send them down?
For the most part, I mean, micropigmentation. But again, I there's plenty of people that have a lot of hair and they want to keep it. So a hair transplant with SMP, I think is, and it depends. Like, you can tell, all right, this guy's going to be totally bald in 10 years. There's no reason to get the transplant. It's just not going to work.
Got you.
But all right, your hair is just thin. you pretty much can tell he's never going to go bald. He's just got some thinning hair. Transplant can work for him. And then along with SMP,
Give him the full
creating
deal.
the proper hairline before he gets the transplant, and it's going to make the transplant look even more dense on top of that. I think that looks amazing.
Yeah, I agree with you. It'll give him like that full, complete hair loss,
Or
solution that they're
even
looking for.
guys that they're just not ready to get the bald head. That's just not what they want. Uh, Dude, the units look amazing.
The
They're
units,
they're
man.
literally undetectable
Well, again, when done by the right
when done
barber,
when done correctly.
exactly.
100%.
Every, you
Yeah,
know what, everything when done correctly,
yeah.
it looks good. Yeah, the units are crazy now, man. And a lot of people don't realize that the units been out for like 30 years, but it's just the technology now on them. Again, with a good barber, like it's crazy. Like people
Yeah, man.
just it's so it's so undetectable. It's crazy. And you know what? You get a lot
Yeah,
of a lot of SMP artists that they try to they hate on the units. And I don't know, the other day I kind of
dude.
I
All
kind of
this
went on a
this
little rant, and I was like, you know what, this is not me. But I was just like, I'm so tired of dudes saying, oh, stop putting glue on your head and blah blah blah. It's like, dude, not everybody wants their head bald. Like some people really enjoy the
100%,
look.
man.
Like, so why you in the hair loss industry, but you're downplaying another solution?
For real, man. There's something out. Everything has its place, man.
I agree with you. SMP is a great alternative, but if you don't want to rock a Caesar looking haircut, then guess what? It's
Yeah.
not for you. Like, let the man be. All right. So check it, bro. I know you are you're a married man, correct?
Yes.
But I got a question for you, bro. Would you would you, this is pre married Mr. Taylor Perry days, all right? Would
Okay.
you date a woman who wore a weave, a hair unit, or had scalp micropigmentation done?
Yeah, of course, man. It doesn't matter
Why does it not matter?
because it makes you look better.
Makes you look better. So
It.
regardless of what she has, if she's wearing a wig, if she's wearing a hair unit, or if she got scalp micropigmentation, right? She's confident. That's all
If
you're worrying
if
about.
if it made me attracted to her, then that means I like it too.
See, there you go, ladies. All right. So,
You know
we got,
what I
so if there's ladies out there that are scared of this too, you see, you got a stud like Taylor Perry,
Yo,
man.
that
He'll take it down. Well, not now, because he's married, but just know, 10, 15 years ago, he would have took it down. So you good. Yo,
Yo, man, it's all about just making yourself feel good, man.
I agree. I say the same thing. I'm like, listen, if you feel good, then that's all that matters. Just like I
One
tell,
of the things too, it's like there's like women get the microblading, women wear a lot of makeup. Nowadays, men are getting units, the SMP, they're doing the beard enhancements. Like, dude, it just makes you look good. Whatever makes you feel better. That's the whole point of this, is
absolutely.
nothing to be ashamed of. I mean, who wants to look who does not want to feel good?
Brother, you hit it right on the nose, man. I can't put it any better. I preach the same words as you. And like you said about the makeup, I got a buddy of mine down south, and he was telling me he's been having men come in frequently and ask him about, like, yo, can you put some makeup on? Like, these are men that are getting ready, before they go, get married, or it's a
Yeah, yeah,
special
yeah.
event. And he asked me, he was like, yo, what do you think about that, Dave? And I answered it so quick. I was just like, dude, are they walking out of there looking great, feeling great? And he's like,
Yeah,
hell yeah. I was like, dude, so then that's all that matters. You did your job. That's what you're there
yeah.
for. You're there to you're enhancing their appearance and boosting their confidence. It doesn't matter what the hell I think. It matters what the
Nah,
client
man.
feels.
It's whatever makes you feel good about yourself. In the cosmetic world, man, there's in this day and age, there's nothing wrong with anything.
My, yeah, I hear
And
you. I agree with you, my brother. So check this out, Taylor. I want you to let everybody know where they can find you. Let them know where's your Instagram handle. If you got a
Okay.
Facebook, your website, give them the address. Let them know what it is exactly that you specialize in, so that they can come check you out if they need to get a fixing.
100%. So I specialize in micropigmentation, scalp micropigmentation. And my IG is Taylor Perry, Taylor, not Tyler Perry. I get tagged Tyler Perry every day.
Yeah,
Taylor Perry.
Tyler.
And then my website is taylor-perry.com.
Excellent. Taylor, my brother, I appreciate you again taking out some time from your busy schedule to chop it up with me a little bit.
Nah, man. It was a pleasure, man. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, my brother. All right, guys, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning into the Scalp Solutions podcast. Until the next time, peace.